with the blog post I did saying that, well, if you want to be an informed consumer, you got to consult MSCD. I was in part trying to make the concept better understood, more widely accepted. Do you think there's any prospect of being an informed consumer of contract language kind of becoming more broadly recognized? Because, well, let's see. A couple of years ago, someone informed me of a blog posting. Excuse me, a job posting uh, saying that the successful applicant would have to own a copy of MSCD. And then someone else contacted me to say that they had a job interview where they fished a copy of the book out of their bag and said how useful they found it. And the interviewer said, that's the best thing you could have said. And they got the job. So does anyone have any views on that aspect of things?
I do.
Okay, go
First of
right
all,
ahead.
I keep it right here just in case it's going to
Uh,
blur because of my background.
all
But
right.
I've asked about it in interviews, sometimes directly, and also sometimes just asking if there's a particular style or method that applicants use to review contracts beyond just, simple sort of comparison document and red line.
Hmm.
So it is something that I look for just in terms of people that my firm may bring in that I work with. And also, my firm has an internal work styles page where if you work with someone new, you can search them internally and see what they like, formats, do they like Teams message, email, and includes a personal style guide. And so in mine, I ask that anyone who's providing work to me at least be familiar with the concept and said that I prefer when I'm reviewing, you should just know that I'm reviewing under these principles and that I'm going to use this as a reference. And if your job as a mid-level or junior associate is to make my review easier, it may make your life easier to, ask the Quarles Library to get you a copy of it so that you can use it in your review. So I explicitly talk about it
All
with
right.
folks internally.
That could seem agreeably control freaky, but I actually think it's you're doing them a favor by just giving them a set of guidelines that gives a certain gives some certainty to the work they're doing as opposed to just having to guess at things. So
Just from my own experience, I didn't have anything to ground my gut feelings in when I started reviewing contracts. So if a junior attorney at least wants an outline of how to think through problems, it's what I would suggest. And like I said, it's how I'm reviewing it. So let's make it easier on everyone here.
okay.
I think that's really great, Kate. Like that job post that you're talking about, Ken, where they said owning a copy of the manual, that's
Hmm.
setting the bar really low. It's not owning the copy and having it looking good on your shelf in your background. It's what Kate's doing. And she's not only using it for her own purposes, but she's training those, junior associates underneath her to do the same and to become informed
Oh,
and to pass that on. And that knowledge is going to grow. And one more point on this is the former founder and CEO of the company that I work for currently, he moved on to something new. And so what is he doing? He is creating software to draft contracts. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called All Drafts, really new. But I asked him recently, I said, what is some of the most useful resources you found out there? And this is just as I found your class, Ken, and signed up for it. And what
hmm.
did he tell me? MSCD.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're interested in the area, it's a little hard to avoid. Adam, you have anything to add to the mix?
Yeah, I'd say that I hope that becoming an informed consumer of contract language catches on, and I also think it will more and more. I mean, I don't think I don't think Kate and Laura's accounts are unique, and I think as business partners to the business teams in most companies, it's becoming more and more incumbent to get deals done more quickly. And an easy way to do that is to make the language easy to understand so that there are no hangups from the business side.
Sure. It's sometimes it seems the pace is glacial, but I think it is happening. Incidentally, I've sometimes wondered whether it might make sense to give recruiters access to the talent base that is people who've taken part in masterclass. Just because if you're looking for someone to handle contract drafting tasks, someone who's done masterclass might be a more promising sort of pool of candidates than
Have recruiters approached you with that request?
I had a brief discussion with with some recruiter. It's not a high priority, but it has some potential.